Hey, it is Suzy Simonson, and we are here. We are here live, the first time ever connecting this behind the design of our Level Up OP journal. So if you're seeing us live, would you comment in there in the thread? And then also we could give you the link to come over to so that we can see your face too. So woohoo for new beginnings. It's a new moon. It's all of the great things. So what we do is we start off celebrating. And so we've already done that with our community, that we celebrate what is good. And so because this is a new room, I'm going to celebrate that we're here and that it's working. So super excited for that. And excited to have a new journal for the new month. Our theme, so every single month we have a theme for the journal. The theme for this month is momentum. So how can you build momentum in all the areas of your life? So your personal, your business, with yourself, with relationships, with building habits. I am working on building a habit of 4.5 bottles of water every day. So that is going in my journal. But to be able to focus on things and see the difference that month to month makes, right? When you're consistent for minutes, when you're consistent with hours, when you're consistent with days, that builds up for the month. And our journal is designed so that you can go back to it and you can view it like a time capsule. You can view it like a code of your life so that you can see what's working and what's not working, and you can improve the things that need improvement. And so we're excited that you're seeing this, because when you're seeing this, there's a reason. So whatever you get to take from this, please take and please digest and please make it your own. So I'm going to start with our the pages of our journal. So our journal always starts off with a letter. And the letter is a welcome letter to the month and to the theme. So we want you to know, to absorb everything that you can in that month, and let this be the place that you go to for all your things, right? This is a one-stop shop where you can put everything together. So what we have, the first page is reflections on February. If we stay away from spending time on where we've been, if we stay away from acknowledging where we've been, how can we know where we want to go? Right? If we stay away, if we hide from where we've been, how can we know where we want to go? So on the reflection page, it says, where was I present? Wins I will celebrate. Best connections made. Grateful for. Favorite moments made. Vision I will build. And where was I stronger together? So all of these questions are based on our OPWP mission, right? That we are present, we celebrate wins, we make connections, we're grateful for. What are what moments are we making? How are we living? Where are we building? And how can we be stronger together? Because we're meant to need each other. We're meant to need people. And so this journal brings that together. So then the next page is a 3-month glance. So how many times do you have so many things on your mind and so many things that you know that you need to do, and you just need space to put it out there, right? So this is a 3-month at a glance, and then it gives you space for notes. So you can use this for whatever you would like. The journal is set up as a bullet journal, plus tracking, plus planner, plus coloring pages, so that you can connect the right side of your brain to the left side of the brain, and you can get the anxiety out of there of the things that you need to do, right? This morning, I needed to do some deep breathing because there's a lot going on right now. And so I felt the anxiety and I did some deep breathing and I brought my journal out and I'm like, okay, I got this. Because I'll get to the because in a second. So then what we have is we have a full March calendar. Okay, so we have every month's calendar and then important dates. What are the important dates that you need to keep track of, that you can look at this and you can say, okay, this is it, whether it's your kid's schedule, whether it's your own schedule, your partner's schedule, everything together, your business schedule. What are the things, what are the important dates that you get to keep track of and have them like a blinking light to say, hey, remember this, like put effort into this, do this, right? The important dates. And then what we have is we have a monthly intentions page. This page is to be able to, so our focus is with women. We do have some male members, which is so fun. All of our journal subscribers right now are women. So typically as women, we're like spaghetti noodles, right? Every single thing can overlap and it can go together and wind around. And we're like, oh, that spaghetti was so good, right? So being spaghetti noodles, there are times where we need things to be compartmentalized and we need to be able to give ourselves a break in being spaghetti noodles, right? There are some times where we need to be able to compartmentalize. So this monthly intentions, it is all about, so March intentions, physical health. So how will you have momentum in your physical health? Quality relationships. How will you build quality relationships? What quality relationships are you wanting that momentum in, right? How will I build momentum in everything? That's a box. Excuse me. How will I decide to build momentum to go forward? Excuse me. Professional goals. So professional goals are, how can you build momentum with that? What are things that you can do that will cause, that will make the effect to everything that's going on? When you move this one part, momentum is taking an action to move, it's the energy that flows to move all the other parts. So how will you have momentum in your professional goals? And then your money mindset. This is such a huge thing. And it's something that we typically, I know in my life, so I can speak for myself, money mindset isn't something that I necessarily love to go to, because I know that there are crazy things that my money mindset has done, or like the mindset that I'm in with it, right? So from my personal experience, I don't necessarily love to go here. And so in not loving to go here, there is a box for that, right? So to show my intentions in my money mindset, that money flows to me easily every day, and I receive it with a smile. Ooh, I love it. There is a box for that. Yes, there is. So to take our noodles and have it compartmentalized. So the next page is, I love goal setting. I am a color coding nerd with anything, everything. Like if it's not pretty, I don't enjoy it, right? If it doesn't go together or flow together. So this is a funny story. My sister and I, whenever we would go out, like even to a movie, or like we knew that we were going out together to dinner and have drinks or whatever it was, we would always ask each other, black or brown? We literally would ask each other, like, okay, are we going with like more black or more brown or neutral or colorful? Because both of us love going together, like that what we're wearing, our presentation goes together. And so that is very much in this. I want to make sense of things that when you love making goals, that this page is easy for you. And maybe you don't love coloring, or you don't love being on the other side of your brain, right? I've got these pages that it is goal setting, focus, goal setting, and a coloring page. Let's see, where, there. So this coloring page, it says the most effective way to do something is to do it. And there's a fist bump. So do you need to fist bump yourself? Do you need to fist bump somebody else? Do you need to, and in goals, the best way to get there is to be able to start, like to do it. Okay, so live stream, everybody's camera, yay. Yes, so in this live stream, you can have your camera on or off. Totally good for either one. I love it.
So Sarah, just letting you know that when your screen is on, that you do show up on the live screen because we're casting. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I don't want to have to smile the whole time. So I turned mine off, just so you know.
You don't want to be accused of RBF? Just kidding.
Solid truth right there.
I love it. Okay, so our next one, this is something going back to the money mindset, going back to keeping record of things. What we want to do is encourage you to know what energy. So money is energy, right? So anytime that there's money, there's an energy exchange. So when there's not money, then there isn't the energy exchange. So time is money. You've heard the phrase, time is money. And money is energy. So how are you spending? And how are you receiving? And this is such a big thing about this next page. This next page asks, how colorful are my finances this month? Okay, so this is succulents. We love succulents in this journal. And so what it's doing is it's giving you space to fill in how colorful your finances are. And we know that everyone's finances are different. I'm getting goosebumps. Like, this is such a huge thing, because when our money mindset is that I have none, it's not, okay, start counting your pennies. What if every petal was a penny? So then what you can do is your mindset around money is I am receiving. What if it's dollars? What if it's $5? What if it's $10? What if it's $20? Whatever it is, what if it's thousands of dollars? You know, what if each petal was $1,000? This is determined by you. And so when we see the value of money and see how colorful our lives can be because of the energy that we're receiving, it is such a huge thing to be able to do that and to see how colorful your life is and your financial life is. So with that, it says each petal equals, you decide that. And then what you do at the end of the month, you total up the petals and you see how much energy you brought in, how much energy you received, how much financial energy you received. And so here's the thing, when you're stuck, count your pennies. When you're stuck, count your quarters. When you're stuck, count your dollar bills, right? Because it's getting into that mindset of the energy of money flowing. So I want to sit there with that right now, because right now in our world, there are some people without pennies, right? And so when we feel stuck, count what you have. So this leads into our affirmation page. So I've got to be honest, we used to have a budgeting page right here, and it didn't sit with our subscribers. Our subscribers didn't use the budgeting page. And so with that, what we do, we know that feedback is a gift. And so we take the feedback and we run with it. We take the feedback and we make beautiful changes. And so our next page is an affirmation page instead of a budgeting page that went unused. It's an affirmation page. So it says, the first one is, the grass is green where I water it. Yep. So how are you watering, right? What sunlight are you letting in? What are you inviting in your life? I am thankful for today. Yeah, I am, right? So being able, and then there's coloring spots next to it. So you can choose how you want to, when you say the affirmation, do you color it in? And we have one subscriber that as she's coloring, she says it over and over and over again until it's full. And so with that, you get to choose how you relate and how you receive these pages. So the heart behind it is that it is intended to draw out the best in you and to be a container that you can go to and you can say, okay, I need an affirmation. Here we go. Here's the page. Okay. So the time I have is exactly what I need. Whoa. How many times do I need to know that, right? The time I have is exactly what I need. Here's another one that gets me to say less, do more, right? Say less, do more. How do our actions show what we're doing and what we're like, what we mean? How do our actions show that? So, okay, I enter all of these, but I enter them like I look and I enter it, I look and I enter, and I love because when my journal comes, like I get to relive it again and I get to know. So this says, I will budget the hours of my life. I will budget the hours of my life because saying yes to something is saying no to something else. And saying no to something is saying yes to something else. So what are you going to be saying yes and no to? How will you budget the hours of your life? So what we have next, we have our emotion tracker. Okay. And so this, it was requested to have more crystals in here. And so this is, again, everything is created for your freedom to say, how do I want to fill this out? Right? What time do I want to spend with myself doing this? And I've got to tell you, the months that my journal goes less filled in, it's because I don't want to spend as much time with myself. That's for me personally. And the time that my journal is more filled in is because I want to spend more time with myself. And I want to grow in the different areas. Yay, thank you. That's great insight. So we can go back to our journals and we can say, ooh, yeah, like things were connecting on all the cylinders or on most of them, right? So yeah, deep Suze, woo woo. So knowing that, what are the things that you are connecting on? Do you get to look at your emotions this month? And you get to fill out what those are. You get to say, so there's an example, momentum. The first example is always the theme of the month. Are you feeling? So I didn't know how to change that into an emotion. So I just put momentum. I mean, to be real and raw. So momentum, like, do you feel like you're taking action? Like you're gaining momentum in things? Also for me, an emotion is satisfied. An emotion is angry. An emotion is sad. An emotion is depressed. An emotion is joyful. An emotion is excited. An emotion is like, there are so many different emotions. So you get to fill out your emotions. And this is the color coding nerd in me, which I am very proud of. That, I mean, I love that I color code. So what you could do is you could put different colors for those, and then you color in for the different days. And the cool thing about this one is that it doesn't go in order, right? So it's for the month, and it doesn't have to go in order. You can color whichever crystal you'd like to. But with this, you can see, how emotional was I? How colorful were my emotions? Was I on a darker side or was I on a lighter side? And how does that correlate with my goals? How does that correlate with my habits? How does that correlate with my life? Right? So having that, and then what we're doing, so I need to tell you, I need to be honest with you, this is the last page of the puzzle for the habit tracker. So I've gotten a response, I've gotten feedback, which we love. Feedback is a gift, that this hasn't worked as well as I was thinking that it would. So we're going back to the habit tracker with the dates and the 4 new habits and all of that. So we're going to go back to that. But this says, let's start with repetition. So instead of perfection, list the habits that you're committing to creating below and fill your puzzle in freely. One of the habits that I'm working on, and I actually have like numbered the water bottles on the top. So just a little tip, when you have water bottles in your house and more than one people drink out of them, I am the naked water bottles. My husband has the label on it, and then Knox, our son, has a scrunched one. So we know at looking at it whose water bottle it is so that we can drink it. We're going to start to do the refillable ones, but this is where we are now. So to drink 4.5 bottles of water a day, I number them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half. And so with that, then I know how many, it's not searching how many I've done. But what I'm going to start to do in the puzzle is I'm going to start to take a blue pen and do 1, 2, 3, 4, so that I know for that day I've done that, and maybe a half a line. But other things that you're tracking, like the habits that you're tracking, waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning and getting starting with throwing the covers off, right? Like when I wake up early, I am very dramatic about waking up early because it's the only way that I fully that I have that momentum to get out of bed, right? Because otherwise I'm like, oh, okay, I'm warm. I'm going to just lay here for another however long. But when it's right at 7 o'clock, I am throwing the covers off and getting out of bed quickly. So that's about your habits, is that you can build that momentum, that you can write in there. You can make it as colorful as you want. You can do it in whatever order, because we want you to have freedom in this. And we want you to be able to say, okay, this is my life. This is what I want to track and how I want to track it. The next is fueling my body. So the cool thing about this is that you can keep record of your food intake. You can keep record of your water intake. You can keep record of how you feel your body. You also can keep record of how you're fueling your mind, how you're fueling your soul, how you're feeling, like how are you giving yourself strength to last through the day. I know I've been chatting with a lot of different friends and they say, I'm surviving, right? I'm surviving right now. Okay, how are you fueling yourself to survive? Maybe what other things do you need to start to thrive or to get out of survival mode, right? So putting the things that you need in here to fuel your body. You can make this your own. Like I just got a picture in my mind of drawing a bunch of circles in here. And so to be able to say like, okay, this is what I need. This is what I have. What am I using? You know, what am I using to fuel my body? Yay, that's awesome. I can relate to that and love the concept of fueling yourself like self-care. Yes, absolutely. And here's the thing. I'm going to say, like, some people, some of our subscribers use it exactly for food. And then others, like, who honestly, up until 2 days ago, I wasn't really paying attention to what I put in my body. And now I am. And so this will be essential to me. So then the next page that we have is a fun favorite. So it says, there is always a way. Who or what brought momentum to my life today? And this is a daily one-liner. Okay, so this is a daily thing that you can say on March 1st. Who or what brought momentum in my life today? March 2nd, today. Who or what brought momentum in my life today? And this is like those kind of like the 5-year journals, except for it's way expanded and bigger. But the 5-year journals where you just write one line so that you can go back and you can see the consistencies and you can see the things that are the same or different, or because we're affected by so many things. But to be able to say each day, this is who or this is what affected my momentum, so you can go back. Yes, I love the clarity. Becky says, I love the clarity that comes from a simple one-liner. Absolutely, because it all ties together. We are human beings, meaning we've got so many different levels and it all ties together. Okay. Excuse me. On the bottom of the 2 pages, I say, when I find what truly matters, I build momentum. When I find what truly matters, I build momentum. So, excuse me. Next, we have got, so this is something that I have done for 8 years, and we've put it onto the pages of the journal. What it came from is a daily focus sheet. So focus every day on your 3 must-dos and then your bonus. Okay, because so many times we can have our list of all the things that we need to do and we get overwhelmed and we've got 35 things on our list and we get 34 of them done and we beat ourselves up over the one that we didn't get done. Okay, that time is over with this planner. You put your 3 must-dos and your bonus. So what you're doing is you're saying, what are the most important things that need to happen today? And then what bonus will I give myself? And you get to decide the bonus. For me, when we started OPWP, I was pregnant with our almost 3-year-old son, and my bonus was a bath, or my must-do was a bath. And so with that, to be able to say, what do you need to do today? And what can you, like, who needs you? What needs you today? And then the beautiful thing is below there's notes and journaling. So that can be your brain dump. That can be your think tank where you say, hey, there's all these other things. Those can be extra bonuses. You can have as many bonuses as you want in the day. But the point of this is that when you get your 3 must-dos done, step into bonus. Instead of having a list of the 35 and then you're tricking yourself, you're sabotaging yourself to say you didn't get one of them done, you're a failure, right? Do your 3 must-dos, because 3 things can be done in an excellent way, and then give yourself grace after that. It may seem like it's a tiny amount, but look at how are you doing things? Are you doing them in an excellent way, or is it just to get by? If you're feeling in the just to get by land, hop over to 3 must-dos and 1 bonus and see how it feels. So then at the bottom, you'll see VIP after every day. Okay, so V is victories. What's the victory in the day? I is improvement. How can you improve in that day, like for tomorrow? And then P is plan. What plan are you going to put in place for that improvement? Right? So V could be to me, I didn't wake up at 7, I woke up at 7:28. So 7:28, the covers dramatically came off. So a victory is I was up before 8, and because our business call starts at 8. So, and then the improvement is tomorrow, I can get up at 7:15. The plan would be to set my alarm for 7:10 because I know that I can have 5 minutes of sitting there, right? So that is an example of a victory, an improvement, and a plan. I'm not at my goal yet, and I'm working my way. I'm setting it up. I'm setting myself up for success to get to the goal instead of sabotaging myself and beating myself up, right? So I want you to see at the top of the page 2, it says week 9 purpose. What is your purpose this week? OPWP is called On Purpose with Purpose. On Purpose is about business. With Purpose is about relationship. Okay? On Purpose with Purpose. What is your purpose this week? You could even do OP purpose and WP purpose. You know, what's your purpose in business? What's your purpose in relationship this week? To yourself, to your partner, to your kids, to your family, to your best friends, to your friends. I mean, whatever that looks like. What is your purpose for that week? So then you can have another place where you can ask yourself, am I living my purpose? Am I living in my purpose? All of this is meant to be pulled together to leveling up your life on purpose. So a fun thing that is new, I don't know if you noticed that it's new for our continuing subscribers, but in the intention box, it says, keep practicing. Action creates momentum, which creates aligned opportunities. Okay, keep practicing. Action creates momentum, which creates aligned opportunities. Let me show you guys this page. Hold on. I have my background blurred out, but there we go. There's this page. Boom. So we also have the next part of the next week. So use that intention box also, just knowing you can be inspired by the quote there. There's also a little succulent to color in. So if you're feeling stuck, color, right? Anywhere that you're feeling stuck, color. Because it'll get you to the other side of your brain so that you can come back to where you are. So this is something that we're doing every single month. We need to connect. We need to connect with people on a personal level. We need that. We're created with that connection desire. Okay, so craving human connection, make it happen. You get to choose to make that happen. You get to choose to pick up the phone. You get to choose to drive to somebody's house. You get to choose to send that email or send that card. Make it happen and keep record of it. So pick up your phone, send the personal email, tell the person you've been thinking of that you've been thinking of them. In the past 2 days, I've done this with 2 different people, and I have times next week set up with them and this weekend to see them. And I've been missing them for months. Right? So keep track of your people. Also, this serves, so if that hasn't been completed by like 3/4 of the month, you can use this as a note page. Like, you can use this as who you connected with, what was the best thing about connecting with them. Also, you can use it as like when you need to keep more notes. This is a great note page because it's got the bullet, it's got the dots for the bullet journal, and then the next page is our think tank page. So this has got light bulbs. I'm like, what are those called? Light bulbs. 7:28 in the morning. Woo! Light bulbs. Like you said, come to the productivity challenge with the daily focus sheet at the ready. March 29th, 2 p.m. and comment if you want the daily focus sheet freebie sent. That's awesome because so we do a challenge every month, a daily challenge where in 40 minutes you can get done what you've been putting off for 4 months. Get done in 40 minutes what you can have been putting off. Only March 29th. Never mind. No, not every month. Becky keeps me in line. She knows all the dates. I'm the creative part. Okay, woo! March 29th at 2 p.m. Come and be challenged to get done in 40 minutes what you've been putting off for 4 months. Okay. Yes, it is a bonus. Oh, that's why we do it. So every month that has 5 Tuesdays in it, it's the 5th Tuesday that we do the challenge. So it's a bonus. So it's all about living in the bonus of our lives. So mark it on your calendar, March 29th. So networking, this is all about building connections with the right people in the right time. It could be the key to taking your life and your business to the next level. I am a marketing, like I have missed marketing so much, or networking so much, that like I'm a networking guru. I love, love, love networking because you just never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, right? You never know what you're going to get. And it could be networking, could be that person that changes your life, right? I've had times where I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to this thing. I'm feeling sick, like, and I go to it and it changes my life. So think of the people that could take you to the next level. Think of the thing that could take you to the next level. Yes, no more excuses. 1000%. Get those excuses out the door and show up. The daily focus sheet is something that I created for my personal dream clients years and years ago because they were like, I just can't focus. And so really what it is, it's a one pager of our weekly planner. So it's got the VIP on there. I've actually had it printed off in little, like Becky has had them because she has been a dream client. So I've had them printed off in little notebooks where you can write it out and then scribble it all and then throw it all away when you're done with it. So the planner is so that you can go back to it, and the daily focus sheets are about that day. So they're daily instead of weekly. So if you'd like one, we actually will be having a freebie page set up soon on our website. So woo-hoo. And then we have the light bulbs. And then, so this page is a coloring page. So it's for the intention. We have spreads of this. It's for the intention of whenever you want, color, when you need to relax, when you need to, there's always an inspirational saying on it. So willpower is what you need to get in your car and start your engine. Momentum is the energy needed to keep going. So it's showing the car. Becky pointed out that the car on the bottom is sideways, or it's like, it looks like it's leaning over. I'm like, no, it's straight on. But so the energy needed to keep going. And this page, so Becky is the moon. And so this page is dedicated to her. So that's fun. So on our next planning page, it's week 11. And then momentum, it's easier to maintain than to build. Level up strategy. This is a fun thing. We are now having pop-up strategy hours. So pop-up momentum hours from our leaders that can share with you and have strategy sessions about how to use momentum in your life. So build momentum to go beyond where you've been and conquer through endurance. So then we've got week 12. So momentum solves 80% of our struggles. Momentum solves 80% of our struggles. Like, yeah. And then we have a really simple coloring page. So make this what you want. Put words in the arrows or put colors in the arrows, or however you want to fill this out. Keep going is the coloring page. So building that momentum, keep going. Then we have our Genius workshop. And so this is where Stephanie Lores, our Genius leader for this month. She's all about momentum. You'll see that in the momentum hours on Tuesday, March 8th at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Mark your calendar. Tuesday, March 8th, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to have a Genius workshop with her and are so excited about it. So then we've got our notes pages. So this is the heart of our community. Be present, celebrate wins, create connections, give gratitude, share moments, build vision, stronger together. This is our community. And so this is a huge thing to be able to know what OPWP stands for. And also, I have to tell you, when filling out the notes in my journal, it's so fun to know what month it was from so that then I can find it and I can say, okay, this was written somewhere in these note pages so that I can have growth and I can go back and I can see where did I grow. yes, the VIP is on the weekly view. Yes, think tank page on the back of the journal. So then we've got week 13. You woke up. You're awesome. Keep that momentum going. So that is on the weekly page. You woke up. You're awesome. Keep that momentum going. Then our next coloring page is remember why you began. Remember why you began. And then the last page is the think tank. And so this can be for your next month. Like, what are the things that you can get out of yourself for the next month or for what's coming up? And I'm excited about our last page. We have a new QR code on there. So go to that. And then we have the design for growth spurt. So yeah, super excited. Our summit is coming up in April. Pop-up hours are going to be known and done. And then we're having a living OPWP retreat. So save the date. It's going to be from January 23rd to January 25th. And it will be in Arizona. Yep. It'll be in Arizona. So I'm a minute over and super excited. Why don't we go through questions that y'all may have? So if you want to put yourself on the screen. So questions that y'all may have about this journal or about anything in particular to behind the design and or how the journal has, like what it's been for you. So let's start with Becky. Ooh, Foxy hopped up. Oh, Sarah, let's start with you. How was your time and what has the journal been for you?
I'll be honest, I've only been using the daily pages, and that's been huge for me, just kind of breaking down my day to pinpoint the 3 must-dos. So because my calendar is full, like my Google calendar is full, and I kind of did that to myself, but being able to pinpoint just the 3 things and then giving myself a bonus, it was like a little bit like a little self-care piece. Has been nice. And then in the notes section underneath, I do in the morning, I wake up and I do morning devotions and like Bible time, like that's my time. And so I'll write down things that stick out to me that I want to kind of carry with me through the day in that notes section.
Awesome.
And then, but now after doing this, I feel like I'm in a different place than where I have been. And I want to, like, I started doing stuff as you were talking, and I want to do a lot more of the pages. Like I was starting to do this page with the puzzles because I like that, because I have stuff that I'm working on doing and installing smaller habits at a time. So yeah,
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you. And Beck, how about you?
That's fun. Sarah, I haven't even touched the puzzle page, and I'm still like, it's such a creative page that I freeze on that sometimes. So what I love about the time is always great. I love this time for the behind the design of this, because like Sarah said, it encourages me to take action in it, like to be more excited and be in the energy of like, oh, that's a great idea of how I can implement this for myself and to support the growth that I want and have that freedom to make it what I need. And it gets you excited to want to dive in and do more of it. And something kind of fun that I personally love to do, because I used to be a scrapbooker. I'm all about the memories and having the things together. And that's what I love about the journals, that I can bring everything together. Personal development. I love that you talked about the fueling your body or mind page, because I never really have a consistent idea of what I want to do in there, but I'm such a personal development person that I want to actually put in there, like whose videos or whose trainings was I paying attention to this month, and just kind of document it in there versus like in my notes page. And this is something that I did fun last month in a coloring page, is like I put in a piece of like scrapbooking in here from cards that I receive, and I love it more as like a time capsule of like all the things together. So there's always little nuggets that each month I'm able to build on, or remove a piece that I'm like, it didn't really support where I was going or right now. And then you can always come back to it. So I love the freedom in having something structured out and knowing that like the one-liner really supports me when I show up for it, and like the specific pieces, and that you don't have to do the whole thing, and that it is the freedom in that.
Could you show the coloring page from last month again? Like could you show what the top says? And then like, I love how you use that. Act as if you're making a difference, because you are.
So this was a blank piece, and I cut pieces out of cards, and then there are the pieces that I wanted to remember. And I saw the blank spot, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stick these in here as a reminder.
That's awesome.
That was the February journal.
Yep. I love it. And I think Foxy keeps on coming in and out, so she might be having computer issues. So I would say my time went awesome with you guys. I always get amped up. Like it's so fun because it's almost a month out since I created it. And so with that, I get to relive my heart in it for all of our subscribers. And so that's fun, and to know that it does make a difference. So it's great to see your faces, and it's great to be here and just to be able to share how it was created. Can you guys hear my family? Okay, they're celebrating. So, but I also, I love the accountability that it brings, and I dream a lot. I have a lot of ideas, and so it holds me accountable to making those ideas happen, to say, okay, is that happening, or was it a dream? Did I take action? Did I pair action with the dream to become a reality, or was it me getting something out of my system that needed to be out of my system, right? So yeah, I'm working on learning how to dream. Love it. Love it. For a long time, I was only a dreamer, and didn't take action very well. And so working to get on the taking action, and the journal is definitely helping me with that. Okay, the next time Foxy pops on, I'm just gonna call on her right away. But so we have 3 minutes. So if there's anything that you would like to mastermind about with creation, with moving forward, or having momentum, I would love to take time right now.
I would just ask Sarah, if with your excitement about the puzzle page, like how did you decide that you're gonna use it, or did you decide how you're going to use it?
I did. I made
Yeah.
a decision. So I wrote out like my daily stuff that I'd like to do. Some of it's stuff on the weekends, like I put down family weekends. I'm working more on having my week be like work, like grinding, whatever you call it, like grinding to the, I don't know if that's the right term, but
like,
like just, like during the week. And then on the weekends, I may still have some stuff kind of sporadically here and there to do, but more so focus on family, like even just getting out as a family to the park, for example, but just something family oriented, and slowing down more on the weekends. And that's actually been a thing. So I put that on there along with some of the actual daily stuff, like a midday slow down / meditation type thing. So just kind of incorporating the stuff, or I guess documenting the stuff that I'm already doing, but just kind of holding myself accountable with this page.
Yes. I love the accountability of it, because we can like, there's so much power in having something go from our mind and then through our mouth or onto the page, like through our heart and writing it. There's so much more power when we take those extra steps in accountability. So writing it down, then you can be like, wait a minute, did we do that? Did that happen? And then being able to have grace with ourselves and to be able to say, no, it didn't. And how can I work to make it happen?
So Sarah, with the puzzle pieces, then how are you gonna decide what to shade in, or what you're doing with it? Because that's where I get stuck.
That. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to do that. So what I did is I have like my colored like things.
Yes.
And then I I'm doing it in each day. There's
Yeah.
like way more puzzle pieces than there are days, but I'm leaving the extra pieces for, I'm leaving them open for suggestion kind of thing, like
Yeah.
down, as the month goes on, if something else comes up, like a bigger goal, maybe something
Yeah.
in my business that I'm working on or something like that pops up, then I'll honor that in the other puzzle pieces.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
it is
just-
hard because there's way more pieces than there is days in the month. So I was kind of confused about it. I confused
Yes.
myself too.
Right.
No,
maybe
'cause
maybe
that's-
the days that it's like amplified, you fill in 2 at the same time or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also thinking that the bottom ones, and who knows how many, because that's where we're all different and it can be our own. But the bottom ones, maybe those are the bonuses. Like maybe that's, where you could connect the goal also to it. Like when you have something in your business that you reached, maybe there's a bigger bonus, or something. And then you get to color that, like something like that. Like maybe that could be the bonus puzzle pieces. Could be. Yeah. And we are at 10:01. So thankful for y'all being here, and woo that we streamed it live. That's so fun. So we'll be doing more of that. And what?
This is the first one.
Yeah. This is the first
I
one.
came on to the first live one.
Yes, we love it. We love it. So it's fun to be able to answer questions and just to share my heart and our heart, and super excited about April's. So woo.
Can you tell me the dates again? And for the I was
Challenge?
multitasking when you said it, but then I noticed when you said Arizona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the dates again?
January 23rd through January 25th. And then we
Okay.
will have some bonus days also that will be available. So in that, we just haven't, and that's 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I can help in any way, since
Yeah.
I'm here, let me know.
Yes, absolutely. We will be